said, I'm almost at the end of my day, you know, sometimes like if the back hurts or something, I'm only human, so I might not enjoy it for like a few minutes, but waking up in the morning, getting to do art every day, I mean, just being able to do what you love for a living, for sure, it's something that is definitely worth, you know, fighting for at all costs. First car was a Pontiac Sunfire, and like the reason why I bought it was just because I guess I've always tried to do things different or get things different. Like I wanted like a different looking car, but I didn't really have too much money at the time. So like funny thing was, see, when my mom passed when I became 18, I didn't know it till I was 17, but when I became 18, I got like a little bit of money, a little bit meaning like about like 6 grand or something. So with that amount, I went out and I bought my first car, paid in cash, and then actually I think it was about a year later or something, that's like all when I started to get into tattooing and everything, and I actually took the rest of that money and I paid for my apprenticeship, and then kind of helped me get the job I have and what I do now for a living. So it's kind of funny, you know, I got my first car in my profession from just that little bit of money.
You know I'm going to lose, and gambling's for fools, but that's the way I like it, baby. I don't want to live forever.
When I first started getting tattooed, like the way I would feel is like I was giving my body to art, and it's like I've always liked art, loved art, and it's kind of just like the more you get tattooed, the more you become a picture, and that's just what I've always dug about. You know, it's a little bit of self-expression, and just like hanging paintings on a wall. You could just take anything you want, just put it there, and enjoy looking at it. You know, no matter what happens to you, it's there.
Pushing up the ante, I know you got to see me.
You know, I pretty much do, I'd say, at this point in my career, because in the beginning I used to do a lot more during a day, you know, more of the smaller ones. Now I do about 2 good-sized sessions a day. So let's see, let's say I do 12 tattoos every week, so then 12, 24, 36, so let's just say 40 tattoos a month, and then that'd be, you know, I've probably done at least over maybe 3,000, 5,000. If you start breaking down the math, yeah, I'd say at least about 50 tattoos a month, so yeah.
Fuck a lot of tattoos.
Float my needles where you could take your liner and just like a pencil, you can like take, there's a tube and there's a needle coming out of the tube, and some people do it where they set the actual tube down on the skin as they drag it and go, and most people say that that can actually hurt more because you're actually touching their skin with a tube. The way I try to do it is basically you float the tube and the needle comes out, so as long as you just keep the right little bit of like space, like it works great.
What's your favorite video game of all time?
You know, I used to like that game Mario Paint. I don't know if you remember it, for the Super Nintendo.
Pushed a button and made it disintegrate. Okay, so I made it up. Then I made it all happen.
Mario Paint. Draw and make music. Only on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
I remember that shit.
I don't think I'd like it as much now because of all the technology, but at the time it was tight because you get a mouse and you could make your own little stamps, or you could make little videos, and it was all about drawing and creating. I remember I used to get a real kick out of that because, I mean, the video game changes every time you play because you could just create new stuff. So that one was really fun at the time. I remember the teacher used to ask me, and either because we had to draw pictures of what we wanted to be or blah blah blah, and I drew like this guy like standing in front of this counter, and she's like, what the heck's that? I was like, no, I want to like work at a comic book store. And she's like, why do you want to do that? Why is that like your life's goal? And I was like, well, you know, I'd love to draw, but I was like, I can't draw good enough to have like a job drawing. And she's like, oh, if you work really hard at it, you know, and so forth. And I've always been the kind of person where it's like, if I can't do it right then and there, it's like, I'll do whatever is available. And I think I was only like 4th grade at the time, so I kind of stuck with it, you know? So, yeah, working at a comic book store. It's hard to really phrase it, but like, say going to a place I haven't been to, or trying something new that I haven't tried yet. Like, my thing is just like, if I haven't tried it, I want to do it, or if I haven't been there, I want to go there. So I just try to always do a variety of different stuff. It's cool the way things are going, because if you look back like 10 years ago, I mean, stuff was a lot more closed-minded and like, yeah, it's like you just pick the simple stuff off the wall, and now people are doing color portraits, biomechanical work. They're taking arms and they're transforming it into like tunnels and caverns, and it's just pretty much anything you could think of now. It's really, I don't know. They just came out with a wireless tattoo machine, I just found out, where it has a battery hookup on the back, and you could plug it in, and for like 12 hours you could just go. So I mean, there's just so much new stuff where you're gonna be able to just do tattoos better, like even. Basically, you'll need to find an extension cord or something every now and then to recharge it, but yeah, it's crazy.
What do you see yourself doing in like 10 years from now? With the tattoo culture, or maybe.
You know, I would like to think just doing art. Like, I don't like to just limit it to just tattooing. I mean, if I find the right-minded people, like, you know, I was thinking about opening up a shop, but I've even thought about just going into like other ventures like that still would involve art, but it's hard to say, because once you're a tattooist, like, there's so many people that don't want you to stop tattooing like ever or at all. So I mean, no matter what I did, I'd still have to do it for some people, you know, that want like my style. So, oh yeah, yeah, I'll keep it going. Like, have fun with it.
Splendid, splendid Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. The beer that always tastes exactly the same.